Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 15 by Mirage Comics. So this came out August 1988, same month as the previous video with the Tales of Ninja Turtles. And this one has a return of one of the co-creators. It's not Eastman this time, that was Peter Laird. So Peter Laird is the writer and the artist. Yeah, so let's check out his story. I will say that this one is also another, I don't want to say filler, but I guess we can call it a self-contained issue. It doesn't really follow the main story yet. So I wonder how long it's going to be until that happens. We start off with the Turtles inside Steve's comics, and they're basically just looking for new comic books to check out. And as they're doing that, they bump into this little dude who looks a bit weird. And that's when all of a sudden they get attacked by these little tiny robots. And they break in and they start attacking the place. And of course, Raphael and Casey Jones start fighting back against these robotic creatures. And then the little dude that they bumped into, he morphs into this weird superhero character where he kind of looks like a bison. And it turns out that his name is Metalhead. And yeah, Michelangelo's starting to fight these robots too when one of them attacks him and Raphael smashes him. And he bumps heads with Steve, the comic shop owner. And he's like, oh no, like, are you okay? And Steve has this weird, like, metallic bump on his head. And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. My name is Stainless Steve Steele. I'm part of the Justice Force. And that's when one of the contraptions, this hologram pops out, and it's Dr. Dome. And Dr. Dome is basically calling out all the members of the Justice Forum. He's like, prepare for your doom. This attack is just merely a minor harbinger to the calamity that's going to follow. And Stainless Steve is like, damn, like, all right, we got to call the rest of the Justice Force. So he pulls out a little device and calls the rest of the Justice Force. Then we see a couple of them. There's Zippy Lad and Joey Elastic and another character called Battling Bernice. And there's another character called Captain Deadbolt, but he seems to be in some kind of museum or something. Anyways, Steve basically apologized for getting them involved. He kind of tells them that, they all have secret identities as superheroes. And the Turtle's like, well, since you revealed your secret identity, I guess we can reveal ours. So he tells them, like, we're part of the Ninja Turtles gang. And Steve takes them back to his house, where it's a nice big looking house. It's not necessarily a mansion, but a step below a mansion. And he basically tells them that, he sold the rights to the exploits of Stainless Steve to create this house. And they go inside, and that's where they meet the other Justice Force members. And they're all old, basically. Zippy Lad is no longer a lad. He's now an old guy in a wheelchair. What happened was the force of using his legs for so long. Basically, he's like the Flash, but running on, with that power on those legs for so long have just kind of weakened his legs. So now he's just in a wheelchair. There's Joey Elastic, but the elastic is kind of starting to fall apart. It's like we see a scene where he stretches out his hand, and then his hand just kind of falls. And then there's Captain Deadbolt. And Captain Deadbolt basically is permanently stuck in this position, so he's not going to be of any help. And that's when the Turtles hear a noise on the roof. So they go out to go investigate, and they see more of these little robot creatures attacking the place. So the Turtles fight off the robots. They bash them good, and then they make their way downstairs, where they hear this rumbling noise, and they go outside, and that's when they see Dr. Dome. And Dr. Dome is in this like mech version of the little robot creatures that he has. This is basically his Dome bot. And that's when Battling Bernice shows up, and she kicks the leg of the mech, causes it to crash, and Dr. Dome is basically being. That's when Dr. Dome reveals, like, I did all this to bring you out of hiding. Like, I'm in love with you, Bernice. I've been in love with you for so many years, and I couldn't find you, and I decided to basically attack the Justice Force members that I could find so I can lure you out and we can finally be together. And that's when Battling Bernice basically explains to Dr. Dome, like, don't you notice that, like, I'm young looking, but everyone else is pretty old? The reason why is because I'm not the original battling Bernice. I'm battling Bernice's daughter, Ananda. My mom died like 3 years ago. And that's when the rest of the Justice Force members like, why don't you change your ways, Dr. Dome? Like, we're old. Let's put aside all of our past. Why don't you, like, you know, come stay with us and we can just move on with our lives. We don't have to continue being enemies anymore. Dr. Dome's like, you know what? Sure, why not? I guess I got nothing else to do now that my lover's dead. Unless he wants to try to hook up with the daughter, which would be really weird. But hey, go for it, dude. But anyways, yeah. He decides to live with the Justice Force members, and then we cut to the Turtles back at Casey's farm, where they're reading a Justice Force comic book, and just kind of wondering how long Dr. Dome is going to last living together with the rest of the Justice Force members. And that's how it ends. So yeah, that was issue number 15. It was an interesting, fun little issue, I guess. Probably one of the weaker of the... I don't know if I want to call it filler. I'll just continue to call them self-contained issues. This was one of the more weaker of the self-contained issues, I think. But, you know, it was still entertaining for what it was. But probably one of the weaker issues that I've read. Artwork is still good. I do like the artwork. I do think Kevin Eastman does a better job, though. I like Kevin Eastman's artwork. And judging by the one-shot Kevin Eastman did, I think Kevin Eastman might be a better writer as well. I don't know. Maybe this was just like an off day that Peter Laird had. Like I said, it's not a terrible issue whatsoever. It's just not one of the better issues in this Turtle run that I've done so far. Not the weakest, though. I'll still say that the weakest one was probably the one with, still the one with April writing in her diary. But this is kind of almost there. Like, it was all right. It was interesting. It kind of reminds me of, is it The Incredibles? Is that the one? Yeah, I think The Incredibles. That's the one with the family of, like, retired superheroes, right? Is that the one? Yeah. I don't know. I'm having a brain fart right now. Yes, it should be The Incredibles. That's kind of what it reminded me of. Or it reminds me of, like, the SpongeBob episodes with Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, where you had, like, this Justice League type group, but now they're all old. and yeah, that's basically what this is. It's just basically a bunch of old superheroes kind of getting together for one last hurrah against Dr. Dome. But Dr. Dome, his heart wasn't really in this, it seems. He's just kind of doing it to lure out battling Bernice so that he can be together with her, but she's already dead. So yeah, it was an interesting story. Not the greatest, but still not too terrible. But there you go. There's issue number 15 of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Volume 1. I'm hoping that eventually we'll get back to the point where we continue off with our main story. It's been a while since we've done that. I mean, it's been like over 8 issues, I think, that I've done. 7, 8 issues where we left off with the main story and just had a bunch of self-contained issues. So I'm wishing that the run of the self-contained adventures ends soon and we can go back to the main story. But yeah, there you go. Issue number 15. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Tell me what you guys think. And I hope to see you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Later. So what'd you guys think of that video? I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe. Hit that bell for a notification. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't enjoy the video, thank you for watching it this far. And I hope the next video is more to your liking. Feel free to check out the playlist that you guys see, and I hope to see you guys next time. Later.